Businessman questions eviction and destruction. Health Department shuts retail nurse stations. School of Excellence graduates pioneers.
This is National EMTV News with Toraho Morea.
Welcome, this is Sunday's news. Derek Mera, owner of ID24 Trading at 9 Mile outside Port Moresby, is upset with an eviction that saw part of his business destroyed, which resulted in looting. Mara, while expressing concern over the damage caused, says the National Capital District must come out and explain why his business was targeted amongst 3 other private properties that were classified to be in dispute also.
Located beside the newly built 9 Mile to Laloki 4-lane highway, ID24 is a trading center for people in the surrounding 9 Mile community, Bomana, and the Central Province.
9 December 2021, 8 o'clock, MS2, MCAM Park front lo shop. Now, welcome to work on the demolition, which ground where one plan man buying. Na, ola move him out. So, behind me asking me, I'll do this la, ID24. So, me asking NCDC. Usat man through buy my ground where ID24 stop long em. Mi plus away, okata front mi plus corporate one them NCDCM. Settlement to Sabah program backside em all residents front mi plus commercial. Na time mi plus corporate one them you plus. Usat gen buy this la ID24 ground na you plus come to working eviction.
Talks on relocating the 5.3 million kina worth trading center first began in 2020 when NCDC introduced the Settlement to Suburb Upgrade Program, one that was predicted to see the creation of 326 allotments over 50.28 hectares of land. The owner of ID24, a commercial asset, was also promised a title under this upgrade program.
Work pine him out blow me blossom Thursday. All come work him demolish. Now lo Friday, NCDC both been sit down. Time both sit down, only put him 9 Mile quarry. Settlement to Sabah program ya, one bla agenda blong all discuss. Time all discuss lo desla. He got 63 occupants of block holders, all no one bed, all been go to court where court case now and pending. Okay, Thursday. This la plan blow you plan lo settlement to Sabah, pem na approve. You know approve na you play demolition building finish lo Thursday, na Friday you play go sit down lo meeting. That is a meeting here, you play a call tomorrow, Monday.
But on Thursday, an attempt to demolish the trading center by authorities failed, but resulted in looting that saw store goods stolen by opportunists.
You put down him, so you talking me. You talking me now. Me by working, me got plan lo building me, but me building one block complex lo here. But me like him ground here. You can't cut him here, no God. Me appeal National Lands Department, please you come inside now looking one and something NCDC work lo working me. Sim ground lo me blow lick line me blow sit down finish.
Through this program, settlers have to pay a sum of 40,000 kina over a period of 10 to 15 years before they will be given a land title. But for Mara, he claims he was not given an amount by NCDC to pay in order to get a title over the piece of land his business sits on. Thekla Jogo, National EMTV News.
Pharmaceutical companies running nurse stations within their retail outlets have been ordered to shut them down. The National Department of Health has given them 14 days, but patients who visit the nurse stations say otherwise.
It seems the National Department of Health has just woken up trying to enforce a law that has existed for over 2 decades. On Friday, the department, through the Health Secretary, Dr. Osborne Liko, issued a circular asking all pharmaceutical companies operating nurse stations to shut them down. The circular quoted the Medicine and Cosmetics Act that has existed since 1999. The circular reads, the management of all retail outlets operating in PNG are notified that the operations of clinics or nurse stations within the same premises as the retail pharmacy is illegal. This is in breach of the Medicines and Cosmetics Act, Sections 13(1)(c) and Section 27(1)(c), where the license holder has failed to comply with conditions of the pharmacy license by operating a medical clinic within the vicinity of the pharmacy premises. This news of closing down the nurse stations has not gone down well with some patients who prefer the nurse stations over public health centers and private hospitals. Two of the main reasons given were accessibility and a fast service.
Services at the main hospitals, it's too slow sometimes, and sometimes, we really need the medication fast, so that's the reason why we come here. And private hospitals are more expensive. Yes, it's affordable. And at least we can afford to get the medications that we want at the right prices. Like not more than 100, below 100, so it's okay.
I don't think they should close it down because it helps family. Like in the busy schedule, like for busy people who can go to the general hospitals, this makes it easy for us to come in and get treatment, like first-hand treatment, and then get medicine at the same time. So this is also a good option for families and for public.
Sample all the to treat them, most of them pass on. Togo mi bala bola city pharmacy o saga ino kusho marasha no sa. Osana mi basa isi area mi basa chimbas na kam chim service do sa zol.
Everywhere where there's a station, the nurses are very helpful. They check us properly and then they give us medication. If they are able to treat us, then they refer us to another doctor or to the private hospital, especially with diabetes and all these things. Thank you very much. I think you should have it and not let the government get rid of it.
It's much easier for us rather than going, and then with the restriction as well with COVID, you have to get COVID clearance again and stuff like that. Whereas for city pharmacy and here, it's more convenient, like you just walk in and you get the help that you need. And at the same time, when you get prescribed medicine, you get supplied as well at the same time. So with the public hospital, that doesn't happen. You go, they prescribe the medicine because there's no medicine. Then you have to run off again to pharmacies. Yeah.
Another woman says if the government is closing the nurse stations, they must provide a solution that will offer a fast service to assist patients like her, who rely heavily on the services offered by the pharmacies.
Not stopping. Maybe the clinic will help me plant the public. Because on public housing can need for security, put in planting rooms. Now COVID all you say excuse COVID platform. Now na pretty me plan online got legal sick way. Ina plan plexi treatment area pe. Em no gate. Me plan go sana boy to go no some plan die. No this like legal sick go come out. Health department must provide a good service to people block up when you especially inside the city. This our population ebola block. Planti stalo settlement, planti mi plan no work, no time mi plan goal got extra fee blow liye to the charging. This like mi plan paying to kino tasa na wala marasin nurse or doctor maki mi plan ka money mi plan ban no apol to mi plan ko bien pa ni mani kamba.
Almost all pharmaceutical companies operating in the country are running nurse stations with licensed nurses doing patient consultations. Consultation is mostly free. Patients only pay for the medicine. Shamin Poreambeb, National EMTV News.
Member for North Bougainville, William Nakin, has stepped in to assist the autonomous Bougainville government and its disaster office with emergency relief supplies for the affected atolls. A sum of 300,000 kina has been allocated for this emergency exercise. The funding will assist the emergency team to assess the scale of destruction and situation on the atolls. 44 tons of rice and other food items will also be distributed to the affected communities. Disaster emergency team consisting Health Department, DPI team IOM and ICRC will travel with the team. The ship will be on the atolls for 6 days. The North Bougainville MP also appealed to the general public in Buka to kindly donate garden food for the affected islanders. The assessment team left Buka yesterday. The newly established Yangoru School of Excellence in East Sepik witnessed its pioneer students graduate last Friday. 32 students graduated in front of parents, teachers, school board, including Yangoru Sausia MP Richard Maru. These also include students from the nearby Yangoru Secondary School.
Last Friday was history in the making for the Yangoru Sausia district. Local MP Richard Maru was there to witness the passing out of its first pioneer students for the Yangoru School of Excellence. Due to COVID protocols, the event was witnessed by many from far. The school principal says the school has progressed well but needs more support from parents, the district and concrete decisions to embrace quality teaching for students to excel.
Time quality, teacher come inside, time quality, students come inside, put them together one time, you have nothing but you will send students into universities. Success is 90% attitude and 10% knowledge. I am emphasizing that and I want to repeat that again. Success is 90% attitude and 10% knowledge.
The school was built at the cost of more than 10 million kina funding. For the local MP, the School of Excellence is a model to improve the level of education attainment in the district and province. He says consideration will be given to build boarding facilities if students perform well and proper political support is given.
Perseverance and making it to the end. To the SA students, I'm extremely proud of all of you. You will carry the flag, you will go out, and you are the ones who are going to determine the future of our investment in education. Should we invest in more boarding facilities in this place? Should we find the 30, 40 million? Or should we not, depending on how you perform this year? And Mama Lucy and Mr. Avai and your team, I want to know where each of the students are going to go at the end of grade 12. I want a report with their names and which offers they get.
The graduation also included 105 students from Yangoru Secondary School. This is the 13th graduation for YSS. With emphasis given to the science stream, MP Maru encouraged students not to spend too much time on non-academic activities, but be better in gaining high distinction to prosper to higher learning and secure employment.
Apply yourself and work very hard to get A's and B's. Like you were good enough to get to SOE. Work very hard and compete with the rest of the world. There ain't enough jobs in this country. Very few will get employed. Even if you hold a university degree, you'll be looking for jobs for a long time. The other advice, choose a profession where there are jobs and apply yourself and study in an area where there are jobs. In that way, you can be assured of employment straight after school.
Jack Lopava Jr., National EMTV News.
With the 2021 academic year coming to a close, Bougainville Pikinini has graduated over 1,000 students who completed the early childhood education program this year. The successful completion of the early childhood learning program this year is through a joint effort by various supporting organizations. The No. 1 Trophy Limited showed its support through donation of educational tools like reading books, pencils, exercise books, backpacks, rulers and pencil cases worth over 40,000 kina. Bougainville Pikinini's Executive Officer Leanne Resen said the organization is grateful to NWTL support because it will motivate children in their learning. Meanwhile, founder of the organization and chairlady, Anne Sophie, said basic educational needs will support children from struggling families. A workshop on aviation safety conducted by the National Airports Corporation highlighted aviation emergency processes for aviation partners in Western Highlands. The annual safety conference saw participation from commercial airlines, Helifix, Heavy Lift, fire services, the provincial government, hospital and police. It involved discussions on emergency support services within the airport to safeguard passengers' lives and properties. The conference covered emergency responses to crash landing within or away from the airport, bomb warnings, abnormal landing and terminal evacuation plans. This workshop is considered important because it reminds the different safety and rescue teams on their roles in an emergency. Dept Space and co-partner NewNet has successfully hosted a month of a startup challenge in the month of November. The challenge saw over 300 registered businesses, of which 25 were selected to participate, and only 13 were able to complete the challenge on the last day of the month. Of the 13 participants, Port Moresby-based Lean Consultancy Limited was announced as the startup winner.
The challenge of operating a business in PNG is a growing concern. With a vision of creating an inclusive and growth-friendly environment for businesses to excel, the Dept Space and co-partner NewNet was able to host a month of startup challenge. The challenge saw various registered businesses, of which a winner was announced at the end of the month. Lean Consultancy Limited, a business focusing on strategic consultations and management, was announced winner out of the 13 final pitch participants. According to the founder of the consultancy, Loretta Belle, her business is all about developing local networks with other businesses through her consultancy.
Lean Consulting Limited works within the health industry, where we provide research, consulting and technical assistance support services to those in the government, non-government and corporates. I got involved in the Startup Challenge since I'm a member of the East Space Hub, and that was a part of the initiatives to help support growing entrepreneurs. I just decided why not? I should apply and give it a go since I just recently started to build the business.
As a health extension officer by profession, Bella says she started her company in September of this year and been part of the Startup Challenge. She is looking forward to more challenges for her business.
I think at this time, during the COVID area, it's very timely. Small businesses are struggling, and to have, any support at all, not just finance, but we got a lot of mentorship support and advice and guidance. If anything, I really appreciated that coming out of the challenge, is that, you learn from people who are experienced, who have been doing this before, and that will really help you at least have a clear path or a guidance as to where you can go and what you can do in addressing some of the challenges.
Given the winning pitch, Bella said her pitched idea is based on developing an app that can engage PNG professionals or a pool of network under her consulting firm.
So I pitched about developing an app that will allow, Papua New Guinea professionals to register through my consulting firm, and then from there, as I secure contracts or proposals or projects, I can then have a pool of local networks that I can be able to further engage in this. So I will be getting support. Hopefully they will let us know how much, but it will be really to implement the idea that I have about developing an app.
As the number of startup businesses tend to grow, the Lean Consultancy Limited is lending a hand for the upcoming businesses to seek assistance from the consultancy if needed. Jamie Haru, National EMTV News.
You're watching National EMTV News. More stories after these short messages. Welcome back. Tonight we take a closer look at Enga Governor Sir Peter Ipata's vision to make Enga the education and medical hub of the country. Enga Governor Sir Peter Ipata in the last 10 years has focused in building higher learning institutions in the province. His government's number one priority is to invest in education and produce human resources. However, Governor Ipata said it would only fulfill if teachers in the province support his vision by producing quality education. He said the province would only become an education hub of PNG when teachers give their best in the classroom.
In the last 10 years, Enga provincial government's budget has concentrated on building higher learning institutions in the province. Governor Ipata said as a result, they have compromised some of the funds which should have been gone into upgrading schools in Enga province over the last 10 years. He said the provincial government is making sacrifices to build higher institutions, a short-term pain for a long-term gain.
As educated people, you must understand that we must have a long-term vision for Enga. Enga's long-term vision is to make Enga become a medical hub and an educational hub. So if we want to become a hub in terms of medical and education, then we must provide the best.
Enga is the only province in PNG that has built more than 3 higher learning institutions in the province in the last 10 years. They are Enga College of Nursing, which is run by Pacific Adventist University and offers bachelor programs in nursing and midwife. It has Enga Teachers College, which offers diploma and degree programs in early childhood teaching to elementary and primary teaching. The University of Goroka Enga campus offers bachelor programs in English, science, technology, engineering and mathematics or STEM subjects.
As a governor of the province, at the back of my mind, it's an opportunity for our kids that we are trying to bring closer to their doorstep. But if we don't do well and if we don't get our standards right, then our kids will miss out.
Schools that are underway is the Enga School of Medicine, which will be ready when the new hospital is completed, the Polytechnical College, which will take its first intake in 2023, and the innovative University of Enga.
Institutions that if we do not put in the money and the commitment, nobody in PNG will even consider Enga as a destination. Enga has got a bad tag, as you know. We are not that bad, but people perceive that we are a wild country, a wild province. And at the same time, we are at the end of the Highlands Highway.
Ipota said changing the education curriculums in PNG from standard-based education to outcome-based has caused a downward performance by students. He said as the supporter of education in PNG, teachers in his province must lead by example and provide the best and quality education for students. He said if Enga is going to be the education and medical hub, they must provide the best education and health services so PNG can come to Enga.
Because of the perception that we have in the country, we must provide the best medical care and the best education in this country. So students and parents will say that, look, we want the best for our kids, they have to go to Enga. So that is a challenge that we have been working on. And as you can see, we have got now 3 degree programs running.
Sir Peter Ipata said the provincial government is building the higher learning institutions for the nation to benefit. He said if teachers in Enga do not produce quality, the rest of the country would benefit while Enga will miss out.
If we don't get quality right, the rest of Papua New Guinea will benefit and we Engans will not benefit. The institutions we are building are not ours. We are building it for the nation. So the national selection criteria will come into play, and if our students don't meet the standards, then we miss out, even though the institutions are here in our own province.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by MoniPlus, with you always.
With the forecast for the afternoon and tonight, southern region, Port Moresby mostly cloudy with a few showers and possible thunderstorms. Daru cloudy with some rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Kerema cloudy periods with a few showers. Partly cloudy with a shower or two in Alotau, and in Popondetta cloudy with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Over to Mamase, Ley, partly cloudy with a few showers. In Vanimo, mostly cloudy with a few showers. Madang, a few evening rain showers with possible thunderstorms, and a few showers with possible thunderstorms expected in Wewak. To the New Guinea Islands, Lorengau, few showers with possible thunderstorms. KVN, cloudy with some rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Kokopo, Rabaul, cloudy with some showers and possible thunderstorms. Kimbe, cloudy with showers and possible thunderstorms, and partly cloudy with a few showers expected in Buka. And in the Highlands region, Mount Hagen, mostly cloudy with a few showers. Goroka and Kundiawa, cloudy with a few showers, light and variable winds. And Mendi and Wabe, cloudy with a few showers and light variable winds.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
And that's the news, sports and weather for Sunday, the 12th of December 2021. You have a pleasant working week. Be safe and bye for now.